iconic woman photographer of the 20th century. Her story is something apart in the history of photography. She was born in 1926 in New York, and she passed away in Chicago in 2009. And during all that time, more or less since the beginning of the 50s to the middle of the 90s, Vivian Maier built one of the most important photographic archives. 120,000 negatives, 300 films, hours of tapes, soundtracks, things she's been accumulating during all her life, and things that I had the chance to dive into pick up really a selection of more than 200 pictures that you will see in that exhibition, and that reveals, I would say, the complexity and the richness of photographic language. From 1950 to 1995, more or less, during 45 years, Vivian Maier will take pictures mainly in the street, and she will pick up little stories to tell. She will get closest to the people who live in that neighborhood, mainly the poor neighborhoods, because this is where people live. And she, I would say, would be a kind of between the American street photography and the French humanism, between the instant decisive and the contemplation of the moment. You will see how Vivian Maier, from 1965, with a Super 8 camera, will begin to film. She will film in the street, and she's waiting the moment to raise, and then she will stop taking a film, and she will take a camera and take the picture. And you will find in that exhibition some correspondences that we don't have any other example in the whole 20th century, which is really fascinating. What makes probably the difference in the work of Vivian Maier is probably the chapter about the self-portrait and the self-representation. The estimation we have is that Vivian Maier probably did something like 500 self-portraits per year during 45 years, and it's a lot. That makes photographers that really get deep into that problematic of self-representation. Self-representations which really enter into resonance nowadays with all the selfies that go on into the social media. She invented really a language which is hers. From the shadows, the silhouettes, the reflection, her language is really rich, and she is really a case apart in the whole history of the 20th century.